We were looking for our first refrigerator.
I needed a new washer and dryer.
We remodeled our entire kitchen.
When these people needed new appliances, they knew just where to go. Circuit City. For over 45 years, Circuit City's had the best top brands, friendly advice, and guaranteed low prices, plus professional delivery and expert repair service. Right now, get a free ice maker with any Whirlpool or KitchenAid refrigerator. When you need new appliances, there's only one place to go.
Circuit City.
Now the official appliance store of NASCAR.
This is Kathy Kinney. Happy birthday, Marvin.
Here now are tonight's Cash 5 numbers: 35, 9, 26, 17, and 22. And the pick 3 numbers tonight: 7, 0, 9. Just ahead tonight, the other half of the GOP ticket apparently has been decided.
Selena's killer asks for a new trial.
And more progress in the recovery of wreckage from the TWA crash. But our top story tonight, frustration on the freeway, the East Tex Freeway, that is. One of the most heavily traveled sections is closed down tonight, and it will be through the weekend. Good evening, friends. If you're one of the tens of thousands who drive the East Tex Freeway on the weekend, you better get out a map.
From tonight until 5 a.m. on Monday, a 2-mile stretch of the highway will be closed for construction.
Reporter Stuart Stanley joining us live from out in the middle of the East Tex Freeway to give us the latest on this. Stuart?
That's right, Dave. Out in the middle of the East Tex Freeway and out in the middle of the rain. Ed Brandon will tell you about that. Man, it's getting really nasty out here. Tell you what, take a look at the lines of traffic back behind me. These are the people coming up northbound on the East Tex Freeway. They're taking the I-10 West exit. That's the last exit before this whole thing gets cleared off. And although it may be a hassle for the next couple of days, you really have to look at the end result. Trailer Brothers Construction Company is doing their best not to hassle the Houston driver. When they close a 2-mile stretch of one of the most used Houston roadways, they picked the only sensible time they could.
We try not to do it on the weekdays when everybody's trying to go to and from work, but of course we're going to upset a few people, but we hope they understand.
Once you see this huge pile of dirt that has to be spread evenly across every lane of the East Tex, you can see why the highway must be shut down.
Well, unfortunately, the whole work that we're having to do is to do all the way across the freeway. We can't even have one lane open. Yes, it is too dangerous for that, for our construction crews as well as the traveling public. We hope to get off just as quick as we can, though, and open it right back up.
The good news is Trailer Brothers is well ahead of schedule on the expansion of this 2-mile stretch. So while you look at the bright side, keep your eyes on the guy in front of you, would you? What you're seeing now is a map of some of the ways you can get around this little bit of mess for the next couple of days. You're coming up north on the 59. What you do is you take I-10 to the east and take 610 up around to 59 north there. That'll get you around it. Or you can take I-10 west, go to 45 and up to 610. Either way, it's fine. And the Metro officers are telling me from this vantage point that any of these detours that you take, it's probably only going to take you about 10 to 15 minutes at the most. So be very careful. Give yourself a little bit of extra time to go. We're reporting live from the East Tex Freeway, Stuart Stanley 13, Eyewitness News.
Some 240 sex offenders from Oregon are on their way out of here, but there's a lot of finger-pointing tonight as Houstonians and their elected officials question why those prisoners were housed in Houston in the first place. Today, State Senator John Whitmire, U.S. Congressman Gene Green, along with County Commissioner Jerry Eversole, received assurances from the Corrections Corporation of America that 20 inmates have already left the state and the other 220 will be transferred within the next few days. The incarceration of those Oregon inmates in the privately managed facility in North Houston was under a federal contract, but no local authorities were ever notified of the fact, despite claims yesterday from CCA.
I was under the understanding at that time that I had been given some misinformation, and I do apologize for that.
Well, the situation came to light yesterday after the escape of 2 sex offenders who, by the way, remain at large tonight. Neighbors of the facility are angry and nervous, and Whitmire pledges a change in the law.
We will require out-of-state inmates to be registered in Austin. We will have our governor office approve any movement of out-of-state inmates across our state lines.
He says the legislature will take up that issue at its next session, which begins in January.
20 years in custody. That's the sentence for a 12-year-old Austin girl who beat a toddler to death. The youngster was working at an illegal daycare center when little Jayla Belton was killed. The 12-year-old, whose name isn't being released, will spend the next 4 years in juvenile custody. When she is 16, she will be transferred to an adult prison. Well, it was Houston's trial of the decade, and now the chief player in that drama says it wasn't fair. Yolanda Saldivar says the prosecutors tricked her into confessing to the murder of Tejano singer Selena. In a formal appeal filed today, Saldivar also claimed racial discrimination in jury selection. Her lawyers added the judge should not have let the jury hear about how Saldivar allegedly embezzled money from Selena. Saldivar is serving a life prison term for that murder.
The search for wreckage of TWA Flight 800 has moved closer to shore now. The NTSB has recovered about 30% of the jumbo jet, but says it will take time to piece together the wreckage to determine what really happened. Today, divers recovered a second jet engine and may have located part of a third in the waters off Long Island. The engines could help investigators tell whether a bomb, a missile, or mechanical failure brought down the plane.
More than 10 days after the Olympic bombing, authorities still have charged no one, including that security guard once considered a prime suspect. And that is leading to speculation that Richard Jewell may receive a rare public apology from the federal government. Sources close to the investigation say tests are still being conducted on the material taken from Jewell's apartment.
The convict dubbed the vampire rapist has been arrested just 1 day after leaving prison. In a drug test today, John Crutchley tested positive for marijuana use. That violates the terms of his 50-year probation. Crutchley served 10 years for raping a hitchhiker and drinking almost half her blood. She survived that attack. Neighbors of the halfway house where Crutchley was paroled have been outraged by his release into their community, which is near Disney World in Orlando, Florida.
New energy tonight in the Republican campaign for the White House. Sources say a plane is fueled and waiting at Love Field in Dallas to carry former HUD Secretary Jack Kemp to Kansas.
The former cabinet member and congressman of 18 years is considered the choice of Bob Dole for his vice presidential nominee. He is scheduled tomorrow morning for a speech in Dallas, and that's where we now find reporter Brett Johnson. Brett?
Well, we may have witnessed history in the making here at DFW Airport, and that would be Jack Kemp accepting Bob Dole's invitation as his vice presidential running mate. Kemp was on a commercial flight from Orlando to DFW when the plane touched down around 8:30 tonight. Kemp was escorted down to the tarmac, and according to reports from CNN, this is the very moment when Jack Kemp was talking on a cellular phone to Bob Dole. And according to CNN, this is when Dole asked Kemp to be his running mate, and Kemp accepted. There are also reports that Kemp's stay in Dallas will be a short one, that a private plane is awaiting to fly Kemp from Love Field to meet with Dole in Russell, Kansas, and that Dole will officially announce Kemp as his vice presidential running mate in a press conference tomorrow. Kemp is scheduled to speak at a conference tomorrow morning at the Grand Kempinski Hotel in Dallas, but a spokesperson for the conference says that if Kemp has to cancel, that they would certainly understand. And I did talk to some Republican officials here in the Dallas area who said that Kemp is the perfect running mate for Dole. They say he brings integrity, name recognition, excitement, and enthusiasm to a campaign that has been in desperate need of a jump start. Dave, Shara?
All right, thank you, Brett. Many Houston area Republicans are reacting favorably to the possibility of a Dole-Kemp ticket.
The senator and the powers that be around the senator came to the conclusion that the one man that could probably attract or could turn the tide, if you will, was Jack Kemp. And my experience with him and the experience that we've actually had here in Houston with him has shown that to be true. Every time he's been in town, he's drawn a tremendous, tremendous crowd.
As you have heard, Dole will officially announce his choice tomorrow.
And, of course, you can count on ABC and Channel 13 for complete coverage of the Republican National Convention in San Diego next week. Shara and Tom Cook will both be reporting live from there beginning Sunday.
Well, meteorologist Gene Norman standing by now in the Weather Center. We heard some rain a few minutes ago. What's the forecast, Gene?
Well, Shara, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., skies will be cloudy, temperature 75 degrees. But you're right. Right now, our storm tracker radar shows thunderstorms with vivid lightning and heavy rain moving across the city from north to south. Later on, we'll see how long these will last and if they're in the forecast this weekend.
Also, a cancer-stricken ex-smoker beats a cigarette maker in court, plus kicking the high heel habit. Then 5 of a kind makes a full house.
You're watching Channel 13 Eyewitness News. Live with the entire Eyewitness News team. This is Channel 13 Eyewitness News. We care about Texas.
Recently, Eckert unveiled Quantum Lab, revolutionary processing for the advanced photo system. And while that may not seem like an event that will radically change your life, it will profoundly change the way you'll remember it. And with Eckerd's unconditional money-back guarantee on every photo processed, plus Kodak quality, there's only one place to take your advanced photo system film. It's right at Eckerd.
When's a good time to visit the Black Eyed Pea Market Grill? Lunch is good. So are weekends. Or at the end of a busy day. Now that you know when, here's why. The Black Eyed Pea Market Grill. Come see what's new.
Feel it coming, gets you going. Hardly takes you there with style. The store that's everywhere you're going. The names I see you're in the know, and we are like you, all about you. Hardly royal, we're all about
you. Have you ever wanted to surprise somebody with a wonderful new dish? Try it this weekend. Come to Fiesta, get all the ingredients and the ideas that you need.
The 18-pack size of Fiesta large eggs, 99 cents. California red ripe Driscoll strawberries, a pound for 79 cents. Farm tender fresh beef round steak, $1.27 a pound. These soft drinks, just 79 cents.
You'll be surprised at what fun it is to shop at Fiesta.
The tobacco industry lost a court case today to a man who claims cigarettes caused his lung cancer. A Florida jury ordered the Brown & Williams Tobacco Company, makers of Lucky Strike cigarettes, to pay $750,000 to that lung cancer patient. Grady Carter says he smoked for 44 years and couldn't kick the habit. The jury found the Brown & Williams Tobacco Company negligent for not warning people that cigarettes are dangerous. The company says it will appeal.
In our health check tonight, just how effective is that morning cup of coffee? You'll be surprised. And career women are heading for the fridge to deal with stress. Christy Myers has that and more in tonight's Medical Minute.
If you love coffee, listen to this. Your brain cells are most sensitive to caffeine in the mornings. The effects of 2 cups of morning coffee can last up to 6 hours. Should you eat breakfast? Yes, a high vitamin, high protein breakfast will keep you from overeating at lunch.
Career women are finding that stress is sending them straight to the fridge. A new Baylor binge eating program for professional women only is helping women lose weight, not by dieting, but by dealing with stress and exercising. If you're having a problem being a superwoman and are 30 pounds overweight, you can join the Baylor binge eating study. Call 798-5769 for information.
And American women are kicking the high heel habit. A survey shows they're wearing more flats and low heels. Podiatrists say that's good. High heels can throw off your balance and give you an aching back. And who wants to be beautiful but cranky? Runny shoes are the recommendation. Christy Myers, 13 Eyewitness News.
Well, tonight, Alabama can gloat over its tiny new citizens. They are 5 bundles of joy and a record for the United States. A woman in Montgomery, Alabama gave birth to all-male quintuplets. That's believed to be a first in this country. Even though none of the infants weighed more than 2.5 pounds, each is reported to be in good health.
Meanwhile, our Houston Quints, who made their debut back in July, are making tremendous progress. In fact, little John Diaz was discharged today. His brothers and sisters will remain in the hospital for a while. The 2 baby girls are out of their incubators. They're being fed by mouth, but the 2 remaining boys are still in the incubators.
Eyewitness News tonight continues with rats, roaches, and...
slime in the ice machine.
He said slime in the ice machine.
And here again are tonight's cash 5 numbers: 35, 9, 26, 17, and 22. And the pick 3 numbers: 7, 0, 9.
comes to something as important as health care, we all want the best, no matter where we live, no matter what we do. That's why Aetna and U.S. Healthcare have joined forces to create a partnership that brings together the resources, the people, and the resolve necessary to set a new standard of quality and care in the healthcare industry. Aetna and U.S. Healthcare, raising the quality of healthcare for your town, for your family, for you.
The volume at your Texas Ford dealer is so big, so huge, it's about ready to explode. It's the 96 Summer Sales Explosion. Get the biggest bang for your buck on 96 Ford cars and trucks with huge cash rebates of $2,000 on Windstar and Bronco, $1,500 on Aerostar, $600 on Ranger, and great deals on all Explorers. The savings will blow you away. So get to the 96 Summer Sales Explosion today.
At Circuit City, we guarantee our low prices on every computer we sell, every day. And right now is the best time to save. You'll get a free color inkjet printer when you buy a desktop computer. You'll save on the best top brands and take home a free color inkjet printer. And there's more in store at Circuit City. Every Zenith VCR is on sale, and every CD is just $11 or less for a limited time. The place to save is Circuit City, the official electronics and appliance store of NASCAR.
Eyewitness News closed captioning is brought to you by Finger Furniture.
And this word just in, GOP sources are saying right now at this moment that Jack Kemp has accepted Bob Dole's offer to be his vice presidential running mate. Guess that phone call to Dallas really worked. We'll have more, of course, on this tomorrow on Eyewitness News. Meantime, tonight, Action 13's Marvin Zindler continues his never-ending crusade for kitchen cleanliness.
He is back with the latest list of Houston restaurants that ran into trouble with the city health inspector.
Well, as you certainly know by now, the silverware may shine, the glasses sparkle, and the tablecloth may be starched white. However, the kitchen may be another story. International House of Pancakes in the 2400 block of West Holcomb was inspected July the 30th. Health Officer Craig reported the kitchen was in filthy condition. He reported filthy walls with dirt, food debris, and residue, dirty equipment. He quarantined the cooler, quarantined the freezer, found ham, chicken, and egg mix off temperature, and said an employee was wiping food preparation counters with a filthy rag. Health Officer Vargas inspected Taqueria Guadalajara in the 700 block of South 75th, July the 18th. She spotted flies throughout the food preparation area, condemned 15 pounds of chicken and beans that were off temperature, found dirty equipment, slime in the dishwashing machine, and excessive grease on the vent hood. When Health Officer Lou inspected Vera Paredes in the 500 block of Louisiana, July the 30th, he found problems including rust and dust on vent hoods and condemned 28 pounds of potentially hazardous food off temperature for over 4 hours. Taco Cabana in the 10,800 block of Northwest Freeway went through inspection July the 22nd. Health Officer Sharitz reported continued temperature violations, condemned 25 pounds of enchilada gravy that was off temperature over 4 hours, and quarantined the freezer. Balsa in the 10,600 block of Kings Point was inspected July the 31st. Inspector Shara spotted roach activity in the kitchen, greasy stains, residue, and debris on some equipment, and dirty floors. Drewby's in the 7,800 block of Kirby was inspected July the 23rd. Health Officer Craig quarantined the walk-in cooler, quarantined the display cooler, and found dirt and food debris on floors and dirty equipment. And now for the big guess. There's not many tonight, but here they are. Vera Paredes in the 500 block of Louisiana. Stop and Go in the 10,500 block of Willcrest. What did they have? All together, gang. Slime in the ice machine.
He said slime in the ice machine.
Most of these places have since cleaned up. In the meantime, have a good weekend, good golf, good tennis, or whatever makes you happy. Marvin Zindler, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Mark. The lefties doing all the right things in the PGA Championship.
And the Astros begin a 9-game road trip in Philly. Tim Melton's ahead with sports.
I'm Alvin Van Black. Wait till you see what happened on our 6 o'clock newscast tonight. You stick around. I'll show you.
your 69th anniversary sale even has great stuff for us kids.
You bet it does, Courtney. It's Finger's biggest celebration of the year.
And you can save on Houston's largest selection of kids' furniture anywhere,
including Finger's exclusive barn door collection.
Houston's best-selling kids' rooms now come in 3 great flavors.
Plus, you can win your choice of the Chevy Camaro
or my Chevy pickup from Lawrence Marshall.
Houston, the 69th anniversary sale is
at your fingers.
Hey, that's my line.
Some of the fondest memories we have of our childhood are the field trips we took with our classmates. We love opening our plant to Houston school children. They watch, they learn, they have fun. Dr. Pepper Bottling Company of Texas believes businesses who reach out to children are making the future better for all of us. We believe in putting children first.
A message from our Children First partner, Dr. Pepper Bottling Company of Texas.
Taco Cabana, the palace of pink, the oasis of pinkdom, the pinkest place on earth, presents the incredible new Pepper Jack Fajita Wrap. Fresh bell peppers, sauteed onions, strips of marinated grilled fajita chicken or beef, and loads of spicy Pepper Jack cheese, all rolled up in a fresh-baked Cabana bread wrapper. It's guaranteed to put you, in the pink. The Big Pepper Jack Fajita Wrap from Taco Cabana. Fresher, faster, pinker.
Well, I just went to jumping up and down and dancing around in a circle. My goodness, I was excited.
The jackpot is now 12 million, and you could be next.
Open up in the name of Eyewitness News.
He invented consumer reporting.
Give these folks their money back.
And Houston has never been the same. Just how did this Texas legend get to be?
Marvin Zindler.
Find out in a 13 Eyewitness News Extra, Tuesday at 10.
Okay, 9 long games on the road for the Astros.
Yeah, and who is #1 in the National League Central? Here's Tim Melton to tell us all about it, Tim.
I wish I could answer that question. We'll do our best. You know, when you're trying to win a division, you don't really care how pretty the job is, just as long as you get the job done. That's exactly what the Astros did in Philadelphia tonight. Top of the second, Orlando Miller rips one down the line. The fan reaches over for a souvenir ground rule double. Eusebio scores 1-0. Top of the third, Bagwell with Biggio at first. Thought it was an out. It fell in for a base hit. That's the way things are going. And then a balk is called on David West. Biggio scores to make it 2-0. Top of the fourth after Brian Hunter with an RBI single. Bagwell rolls one off the handle to the perfect spot to get home a run to make it 4-0. Meanwhile, Shane Reynolds had allowed just 2 hits through 7. Bottom of the 8th, he's in trouble. 1 run in, 2 on, no outs, but Billy Spires starts the double play on Incaviglia, gets Shane out of the inning, and the Astros go on to win it 5-1 as Billy Wagner comes on to finish off the 9th inning. Now, are they in first place all by themselves? We don't know. San Francisco at one point leading St. Louis 8-3. Ozzie Smith has just hit a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 8th. They have gone to the 9th inning now. San Francisco trying to help us out by hanging on 8-6. Cincinnati on top of Los Angeles. That's a final of 9-4. Chicago gets a grand slam from Rhino, defeats Montreal 11-9. San Diego defeated Pittsburgh 4-1 in 10. Florida over New York. And Colorado a 6-4 winner over Atlanta. Over in the American League, Boston and Milwaukee are playing 2, but not in the Astrodome. They are playing them in Milwaukee. 9-7, Boston wins the first game. 2-0 is Boston on top in the 4th inning of the nightcap. Detroit knocks off Andy Pettitte and the Yankees 5-3 tonight. Cecil Fielder with a home run against his old Tiger teammates. Texas knocked off Toronto. And in the 9th, Baltimore and Chicago are tied at 3. The Oilers. Now put it up. Come on. There you go. Oilers working out late this afternoon, getting ready for the preseason game with the Colts tomorrow. Biggest story is probably going to be the crowd or lack of it. 16,000 expected to be in attendance, and attendance will continue to be a major story. Michael Barrow's holdout, no longer a story, agreed to a 1-year deal today with incentives. The two sides will continue to work on a multi-year deal. Michael had been acting as his own agent, but he hired a real agent, Marvin Demoff, 2 days ago, and suddenly things got worked out.
Well, I called Marvin and I said, look, you're a lifesaver or a racer or whatever you want to call it. You need to work this thing out and get it done, see what you can do. And, you know, he took control of the situation. You know, him and Floyd talked, you know, he talked their language and got the thing started.
Round 2 of the PGA Championship. Phil Mickelson leads by 3, and why not? Great touch on the greens. The birdie putt at 17. Wide fairways on this golf course designed by Jack Nicklaus. And Mickelson is long off the tee and around the greens. Great field. The result, a couple of 67s. He's 10 under par. Justin Leonard, University of Texas, birdie at 17. Remember, he won last week, so he's on a roll. Guy to watch might be the Houston Open winner here, Mark Brooks. That was for par at the third. Jack Nicklaus, a 77 yesterday, said, hey, I designed the course. So he went out and shot a 69 today. Eagle at number 2. And, of course, the shot of the day. We had 2 hole-in-ones yesterday. This is Vijay Singh on 14. This doesn't look like a hole-in-one. He hit it way left. But he knew exactly how this ball was going to bounce. Then he knew exactly how this ball was going to roll. He practiced that. He really did. Take a look at the leaderboard. Mickelson has the lead, 3 shots better than Leonard. Perry, Singh, and Brooks are at 6 under. Norman, 4 under par. Tom Watson's right there with him. Steve Elkington slumped a little bit after yesterday's fine round. And Jack Nicklaus is at 2 over par. And again, if you hadn't heard, Bill Fitch, former Rockets coach, triple bypass surgery. Last night, he's in the hospital up in Conroe, stable condition. We wish him the best.
Yes, we do. That's an improvement.
Yes.
Good. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. Some nasty weather in parts of this area this evening.
Meteorologist Gene Norman up next. Tell us about it. And he says we will get a shower this weekend. But it's not what you think.
If it's Levi's, it's on sale during Levi's week at JCPenney's back-to-school sale. All red tab and silver tab jeans, shorts, shirts, and jackets included. Great buys on Arizona and Lee jeans and apparel, too. Arizona backpacks and book bags, your choice, all $18.75. Save on all kids' national brand athletic shoes and all athletic shoes for women and men. Plus, save on jockey for him and jockey for her and furniture and bedding for your home. Hurry to JCPenney's back-to-school sale for greater selection and bigger savings overall.
An appointment was made. An appointment was kept. An appointment with death. From the master of mystery and suspense comes a tale of passion and poison. Lauren Bacall, John Gielgud, and Carrie Fisher. Appointment with death.
She died while cleaning her gut.
Friday night at 11 on ABC, Channel 13.
Name one local politician. Well, if you'll shut up, I'll tell you.
I appreciate his remark. I don't agree with it.
Tell It Like It Is has a new address. Joe's Crab Shack by the Astrodome. We'll still have all the stars. Clyde Drexler, Craig Biggio, Jeff Bagwell, A.J. Foy, national champion, Northwest 45, All-Stars. Everybody stand up and do the Mario. And this year will be even better. Follow that up in the year why they call it Tell It Like It Is.
Here's another famous feat from Famous Footwear. Right now, for back to school, every second pair is half price. All women's, all men's, all kids, all brands. Get Famous Footwear.
Welcome back. When we joined you at 6 o'clock, we showed you thunderstorms are moving in our area. Well, they made it. Let's take a look at this tape showing the lightning, vivid lightning across the area as thunderstorms move through. I tell you, I just love lightning and thunderstorms. Let's take a look at how these looked on our radar sequence recorded with our storm tracker radar. Early this afternoon, a few thunderstorms moving up Highway 6, eventually making it out to Katy. But the heaviest stuff that we're seeing now, it began earlier this afternoon from north of us. In fact, there were some heavy reports of wind damage in Livingston, and this whole area just pushed to the south. Strong thunderstorms in Conroe when we went on the air at 6 o'clock. And then it looked like the line might slow down and stop, but it kept on moving, pushing on through the area now. And as we switch to our current storm tracker, here's where the rain is right now. The heaviest activity, the flashing indicating the lightning, so it's kind of died down a bit with these thunderstorms. Out north of I-10, here's where Stuart Stanley was on the East Texas Freeway. Still a bit of light rain there. And all of it is slowly pushing to the south, so it should be over pretty much maybe around midnight or 1 o'clock. All of this rain shower activity should be pushing off to the south of the Houston area. Here's why things got going. Take a look at the satellite picture. We have a stationary front to the north of us, another weak trough of low pressure right along the coast, focusing mechanisms in the atmosphere, focusing the moisture, helping it to lift and produce thunderstorms. That's exactly what happened. Here's a line of thunderstorms that moved through this afternoon. We just showed you that on radar. And most of the states had lots of clouds with that weak stationary front, and that kept temperatures down. Look at these highs today, 81 up in Amarillo, 91 in Dallas, 102 in College Station. That was the high temperature for the entire state today. That doesn't happen very often. Usually it's down in the valley. 89 for Galveston for a high. And here in Houston, well, the low temperature is 71 degrees. High this afternoon, 98. And as of 10 o'clock, a quarter of an inch of rain with the thunderstorms that moved through within the last hour up the big airport. Here right now, though, it's 75 degrees there, 72 here at Channel 13. Hobby has 82. The dew point's well up there, 73. Relative humidity 94%, winds out of the south at 9, barometer 30.10 and rising. Tonight, those thunderstorms should be drifting across the area, dying off. Temperatures will end up in the low 70s, upper 80s right along the coast. Then tomorrow, a mixture of sun and clouds. Again, afternoon thunderstorms a good bet. Marine forecast shows strong east and southeast winds at 10 to 15 knots. We could see a few scattered showers along the coast as well. And we may see some astronomical showers tomorrow night, the Perseid meteor shower. You can check that out at the Brownsville-Spen State Park. Saturday and Sunday, a 40% chance of rain. Ought to keep temperatures cool, that is. The clouds and the rain ought to keep temperatures cool in the low 90s. And we do need some rain. I'm glad that we did get it. We talked about it at 6 o'clock. It would probably affect the construction. It did.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tomorrow's another day.
You're right.
Thanks, Gene.
Okay. Still ahead, the sign reads, all you can eat. But is it really?
And a pre-birthday bash for Marvin Zindler tonight. We'll be right back.
We were looking for our first refrigerator.
I needed a new washer and dryer.
We remodeled our entire kitchen.
When these people needed new appliances, they knew just where to go. Circuit City. For over 45 years, Circuit Cities have the best top brands, friendly advice, and guaranteed low prices, plus professional delivery and expert repair service. Right now, get a free ice maker with any Whirlpool or KitchenAid refrigerator. When you need new appliances, there's only one place to go.
Circuit City.
Now the official appliance store of NASCAR.
We sure as hell didn't start this war, but by God, we're gonna finish it.
They promise to serve and protect our country.
My name's Wild Bill Kelso, and don't you forget it.
But who's going to protect our country from them?
There will be no bombs. Eat lead.
From Steven Spielberg, a wartime comedy spectacular. 1941, Saturday night at 10:30 on ABC 13.
AT&T understands your need to keep in touch, so now calls to many European countries are just 39 cents a minute. Who will you call first?
My sister in Rome.
No, first my uncle Rocco.
You never call Rocco.
Because you are always on the phone with your sister.
No.
Call 1-800-272-WORLD to enroll and get 39 cents to Europe all weekend through December 1st.
And then Lucy.
No, then Giorgio.
But first my sister.
Stay connected for just 39 cents a minute. That's your true choice, AT&T.
Happy birthday, Marvin Zindler, from everyone here at Nightline.
When you see news happening, call the Eyewitness News tip line, 669-1313. Or make a free call on your GTE MobileNet cell phone by dialing *13.
Our Alvin Van Black takes us to Radio Music Theater tonight, and our Christy Myers is honored.
And he also takes us behind the scenes on our 6 o'clock news this evening. Here is his Alvin at Night report.
Our first stop this evening, we're at the Holiday Inn Select on the Southwest Freeway, and all these folks have come to dinner tonight. It's the Harris County Pharmacy Association's annual banquet.
Tonight, we're having our 47th annual installation banquet. I'm the current president, and I'm giving my presidency over to Linda Hagans. Another thing that we're doing is we're having Christy Myers honored for the Media Recognition Award.
We can all thank our lucky stars that we didn't have to put up with a hurricane so far this year, but that's not the case at Radio Music Theater. For tonight, it's the story of Burford, Category 5.
Spy Eye News roving reporter Sonny Barcelona is in the Spy Eye in the Sky newscopter with a bird's eye view of the approaching disaster. Sonny?
Happy birthday to you. Finally, let me show you what happened on our 6 o'clock Eyewitness News set tonight. Tomorrow is Marvin Zindler's 75th birthday. And so as many of his friends and family as we could pack onto the sports interview set as we could came to wish him a happy birthday, Marvin. Marvin's $1 Million Dream birthday party for the MD Anderson Hospital will be held on Saturday the 24th of this month at the Hyatt Regency in downtown. Afterwards, everyone went to eat a Marvin look-alike cake and have ice cream. Tonight's late movie on Channel 13 is an Agatha Christie. It is An Appointment with Death, and it's on right after Nightline. I'm Alvin Van Black, 13 Eyewitness News at night.
Okay, thank you, Alvin. And before we go tonight, up in Rutland, Vermont, Eugene Anderson was ready for a big meal. He had been hiking in the woods for 2 weeks, and when he spotted the $9 all-you-can-eat deal at the Ponderosa restaurant, he waded right in. 3 hours later, he was still eating, and the manager came over and told him, "That's all you can eat for $9. Get out of here." Well, Anderson concedes he'd had everything from soup to dessert several times over, but he refused to quit. He said he was still hungry. Finally, a constable came in and kicked him out. Well, he's still hungry for a fight on principle. He is filing a complaint against the restaurant to at least get his $9 back.
And that is our report for tonight. Stay tuned for Nightline, and be sure to join Bob Boudreau and Cynthia Cisneros for the weekend editions of Eyewitness News.
For Shara Fryer, Tim Melton, Gene Norman, Marvin Zindler, happy birthday, Marvin, from Shara and I, and Alvin Van Black. I'm Dave Ward. We thank you for being with us. Have a great weekend and good night.
Good night.
This is a Nightline Friday night special.
Do you know me? I ran for Vice President of the United States in '64.
Who am I? Why am I here?
Running for the vice presidency, even serving as the vice president, has not always been a guarantee of immortality.
You're ready for the call. You're ready to take it.
Quarterbacks are always ready.
And now it's Jack Kemp's turn. Tonight, some advice from two people who've been where he's going.
That's going to be, I think, the most difficult problem for him, being number 2 and recognizing that's what he is.
You're guarded. You're extraordinarily